Hi.
Solid to go again for our third pack each.
Third pack. I'm going to be opening the Theros Pack with Erebos on the front.
And I'm going to be opening up Dragon's Maze.
And then we're going to be doing Journey to Nyx.
And just for the record, I love Dragon Maze just because everything that I've wanted is in that card. I love the Maze runners that are in it, so I don't expect to get a Maze runner in here, but if I do, whatever it is, it'll be good for my
Maze runner, champion, whatever. Okay, for first off, for Theros, I got what they call a lightning bolt. The good old lightning bolt for 2 though. I got lightning strike. Which again, lightning bolt or searing spear, or if you already know any of those cards. Yeah, and I'm just gonna take out the soldier and other cards in there and give it the winner. And what did you get?
Never mind.
He saw his rare already.
Shoot.
God damn it.
Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. No.
Oh god, bro. Okay, let's just get the
I was trying to get the other stuff out of there. That's a good one too. So
alright.
We'll get to it. But first we gotta go through all my other cards and we're gonna look at Mind Static.
That is the funniest damn counterspell you're ever gonna see. A 4-drop that counter target spell unless it controller pays 6.
Giving people a chance to
pay the 6 mana?
Pay the 6 mana, but at least they'll be tapped out.
Yeah, they'll be tapped out.
That's the only problem with it.
It's a really interesting card. It's like that
really
Mana Blast thing is. Like just counter target spell where you pay X. It's a blue and an X, and you basically counter target spell unless the controller pays X or something like that. Okay, my next card is Divine Verdict. I'll put it down right there.
Divine Verdict, yeah.
At 4-drop, destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Oh, your creature's attacking me. It's so big and strong. You blood rushed it. Really? Oh, okay, I destroy it. Done.
That's the only way I think you can stop Blood Rush, isn't it? Because it can't be interrupted, can it?
No.
Yeah, so...
Like,
well, you can instance to destroy attacking creatures, so that would be perfect for that. Simic Cluestone. Simic Cluestone. So,
the Cluestone.
We don't know Cluestones yet. Cluestones pretty much do the exact same thing except with different colors.
It's like a key rune. Again, however, its ability is not the same.
For every Cluestone, they're all 3 drops. This one, since it's Simic, it's blue-green, so you tap it to add blue or green to your mana pool, and then you can pay blue and green and tap it to sacrifice it and draw a card.
So it's basically a key rune, except the key runes are just a bit better, but I would prefer, if you're going to use these, it has to be either a draw card deck or a pre-release. But those are all done unless you want to do a little draft. That's the only thing I could really think for working.
I can see how they could be used, like if you need, if you need the mana right away and then you happen to pull one of those out, and then once you've got your mana pool up, then you can just sacrifice it and draw a card. Just something to consider.
Oh, no, I got Centaurs. I got the Fierce Brand Centaurs. An expensive blocker, that's all you can really call it. It's a 5-drop, 3/7. That's right, 7 defense, or 7 toughness, or whatever you call it nowadays.
Toughness, I think,
it's just a big wall, kind of, that can punch back.
It's not even a defender, and
it's not a defender,
but it does cost 5 mana.
It's a heavy cost, but I do like it for its how much mana for the defense.
So what I got was the Riot Piker.
Each turn of able.
This is another one where it needs to attack each turn if able, which could be okay at the beginning if there's no creatures on the other guy's side. But once it gets to that, and it's got first strike too. That's another thing. It's first strike.
I do have one of those in my command deck. So
yeah.
Just so you know.
So every card has a purpose, and every card is good. And he pulled something good, so let's see what it is.
Okay. He's a funny 1-drop. I got said Scorpion. A 1-drop, 1/1 Death Touch.
I know somebody who has that. Yes.
I have a playset in my snake insect deck, you can call it. Scorpion deck, but yeah, I call it the snake.
It's a scorpion. It's a little bug, but you know what?
It's a little bugger. Oh wait, can't say that.
It doesn't matter. But the thing is, it's a 1/1. It's a 1-drop. It has Death Touch.
That's all you really need.
Scary.
It can be scary. Like you can have a big 5/5 in the field that doesn't have trample, and you can't really attack unless you're going to lose it.
The thing with Death Touch is if you put first strike on it.
Oh.
What's that? Oh, that card. That's
I know.
the Rakdos one, right? I can't remember it, but I'm actually looking for that card. That's the Death Touch first strike. And if it attacks a person, his life total becomes 1.
Master of Cruelties.
That's right, Master of Cruelties.
I don't think he's got... Does he have first strike? Yeah, he does.
He does have first strike. First strike, Death Touch, and almost player Death Touch. It's the assassins that have player Death Touch.
Yes.
Beware of Vraska. Drown in Filth is our next card.
Oh, yes, you. Basically, if you are playing Golgori, you want to put all your creatures into your graveyard. because Scavenge, Dredge, and then some cards from Golgari actually boost each other for how many creature cards are in your graveyard or all graveyards, like Night Howler. This one, Drown Down in Filth, you choose a target creature, then you put the top 4 cards of your library, so you mill yourself 4, and then that creature gets negative 1/1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Oh no, each land card, my bad. Each land card in your graveyard.
Okay.
So that could be quite useful. Basically mill yourself as much as you want. I got the Scholar of Anthreos.
Yes, and I had this one in one of my decks, and then I just decided no.
If you don't know what Extort is, it's basically Extort. Except this one you have to pay 3. It's a 3-drop for 1/4, and you pay 3, including a black. Each opponent loses life, you gain life, you go lost.
And I think that's the reason why I took it out, because you may as well just have Extort. The only thing is this one's Theros.
A 1/4, 3, yeah.
And Theros, you can only do it whenever you cast a spell, and then you just tap an additional mana, and that's the Extort.
Extort.
I love Extort, but I don't use too much of it, but I do have it.
So big.
Ubal Sar Gatekeepers.
We found Gatekeepers now.
Okay,
for Gatekeepers, this one is a 4-drop 2/4. When it enters the battlefield, if you have 2 or more gates, and we all know what gates are, like the is a guild gate, that gate, target creature can name 2/2 until end of turn.
Oh, and while we're on that topic of gates and all that, like I said that I liked Dragon's Maze, and the reason is because I'm looking for a specific card so I can make a 5-color deck, which is the Maze's End. The Maze's End, and that's when you control 10 or what is it again?
If you control all the gates, aka all 10 gates, you win the game.
So
however, his second ability is you pay 3, you tap it, you then search your library for a guild gate, you return Maze's End to your hand, and you search for a guild gate, you put on the field tapped.
And there's not a lot of cards that can destroy lands, so that'd be good. So I want to try to make a deck that's based around gates. So I'm looking for Gatekeepers, and the ones that give your other creatures like give your monocolored or multicolored?
Multicolored.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what I'm sort of aiming for.
Another bomb, I call them. For creatures that make themselves explode or like sacrifice this creature. This one's Crackling Triton, 3-drop, 2/3. You pay, it's like the Scholar before, pay 2 and a red, and you sacrifice him and it does 2 damage to target creature player. So
almost like the health whole.
It's a bomb.
Yeah, it's one of those. I guess that's what the bomb.
He kills himself, but then throws him at you.
Another Clue Stone. This one's Gruul. So
Gruul Clue Stone.
Exact same thing as the Simic one, except this one has red instead of blue. So
it's a red-green tap for 3, la-di-da.
I think the only Clue Stone that I don't have is my favorite guild, Rakdos. That's the only one that I don't have, and I have a bunch of the other ones.
I got a card which is in my Scry deck. It is called Potent of Betrayal. Just for the reason of Scry.
Mind Control.
Not Mind Control. Mind Control, you give it back. You don't give it back.
Mind Control's actually
permanent. You gain control. Potent of Betrayal is gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. Scry 1. So, like I say, I put it in my Scry deck so I can steal creature, Scry, and then have more fun with it. Because if you don't Scry, if you're not familiar with it, it's an old thing they had a long time ago. Scry is basically you look at the top card of your library. You can either put it back on top, or you put it on the bottom. So it's basically
apparently you can put it. You can, if you scry more than one, you can actually put those cards back in any order. There's a lot of debate as to whether that's true. I've been told by different people.
If you scry 2, you make sure that you have the same 2 cards. Like if you look at them, you gotta keep those 2 cards in the same order.
I'm not too sure if that's true because I have been told by a judge the other thing. So I don't know which way's true. We just play based on what we believe is true. So for our case, we've just put it back in the same order. But I don't know what it is. Somebody watching will know. And they'll be able to confirm it for us. Oh yeah, okay? So I was talking about the cards where they sort of benefit the other multicolor creatures. This is one of them. This is the Maze Sentinel, and pretty much gives your multicolor creatures vigilance.
So yeah, during the Dragon Maze, there's a lot of multicolor creatures out there, and cards like this, the Maze Sentinel. There's also the Maze Runner, Maze Abomination. This one, however, gives all multicolor creatures vigilance, and it's also vigilant. However, I have a foil one. It's much better. It's probably in my binder, but I threw it away.
Yeah, I think I remember you pulling that one out. Yeah.
So again, multicolor. It's a 6-drop 3/6. It works. I'm okay with the cost. I'm okay with everything. Multicolor deck or any other deck like that, I would put it in for sure because vigilance is a strong thing.
My only criticism for this card would be the incredibly high mana cost.
It can work, but I like it.
5 with 1 white.
This card I don't really use because I still don't understand it. I can see why you put it. It's called Communion with the Gods. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library and put in a creature or an enchantment from among them and the rest into your graveyard. Yes, I could probably see that you want to use this for a Golgari deck where you put cards from your library into your graveyard, but then take either an enchantment or thing. So it's like Grizzly Spectacle, Grizzly Salvage from Ravnica block. Basically, that one's a land or a creature. This one's basically just creature enchantment, and put it in your hand, and then put the rest in your graveyard.
Yeah. I read this card before, and I can't remember what it does.
Well, show the audience.
Well, let's see. This is Pilfered Plans.
Basically, target player discards 2, you draw 2.
Target player puts the top 2 cards of his library.
Oh, and it's mill 2. No, yeah, target player mills 2, so puts the top 2 cards of the library into the graveyard, and then you draw 2 cards.
Okay. So that's not too bad.
It's a 3-drop, so it's a good card.
Yeah, that's not bad. I might actually put that in just because mine's got a lot of instances in it.
Okay, here's a defender for you guys. It's a 2-drop 3/3. It is the Return of Flax.
Ah, the Return Phalanx, nice.
Flax.
It's activated its ability. You require blue, so.
So yeah, Phalanx is
you can still use it in just
blue black god. Yeah, blue black god.
Yeah.
Basically, the funny thing with this card is you pay its ability. It turns into an actual creature that without defender. It basically can attack as low as it didn't have a defender. So now you're attacking with a 3/3. That's a good thing. Because 2-drop for a 3/3. It's a 2 for the price of 3. Well, the price of 3 for 2. We're going to do that. I don't know. Same cards. These two would actually work together really well if they want to. The same colors.
Yeah.
Same colors.
That works.
Yeah.
You know how I said that the only clue stone I didn't own was Rakdos? There it is.
You got 3 clue stones
so now,
in one
with
pack.
that being said, finally I've got all the clue stones of Gatecrash or Dragon's Maze, so that's good. Finally, I get my favorite guild as a clue stone.
3 clue stones. Jesus. Okay.
I got Simic, I got Gruul, and I got Rakdos.
All right.
Awesome. And this one is for red and black.
I believe this is my last uncommon common. Sorry, it's the Languna Band Elders. Nothing really to them. 3-drop for a 3/2. If you have an enchantment on the field, you gain 3 life. Yay!
What was that one that was? I think it was Journey to Nyx. That was the 04.
Nyx Ram?
No, it was the Centaur. It was a Centaur that whenever you cast a spell, it gets a 1/1 counter. It's had a heroic.
Oh no! It might be the heroic or the inspired one. But it was
I don't know, but that would be the one that I would recommend over this. This one's okay.
Just life game.
It's just life game.
3/2.
I think this is my last.
It should be your last.
This is my last uncommon, and this is the Battering Krasis.
I had that in my commander deck, but I took it out. Like as much evolve. If we never talk about evolved, whenever. So let's say he's on the field, and let's say a creature.
Simic signature.
It's Simic signature. So let's say he's on the field, and then I play the Elder. This guy will get a 1/1 counter because its power is stronger than him. But then the only way I could get it better than that is if I have now a 4-power creature. Then it'll get another one. But again, it's a trample, which has a good thing if you want to buff it up with an evolve or with other cards. So trample does work for it, and it's a 3-drop for a 3/2. I guess it could work because it has trample for being the 3-drop, but other than that, I find it as a good card for Simic users out there. Now I'm going to use into uncommons now. I already saw his first uncommon, but whatever, it's stupid. I got one that I actually used a lot during a pre-release. It's Rescue from the Underworld.
Oh, yes, the Rescue from the Underworld.
Rescue from the Underworld.
I think I remember
it's a 5-drop instance. You can do this before the end of their turn. His initial cost to rescue the Underworld, sacrifice creature. Okay, so basically a buddy of yours on the field runs and go gets a friend from the graveyard and then comes back. And then you have to exile this card. So again, I'll read it out. It says, choose target creature card in your graveyard, return that card and the sacrifice card at the beginning of your, to the battlefield at the beginning of your, under your control at the beginning of your next upkeep. So basically they run away for a couple days and then come back next turn. So yeah, and it's an instant, so you can do it really at the beginning of your, at the end of their turn. I was like, okay, as your turn ends, I play Rescue the Underworld. I sacrifice this creature, I grab this creature from the graveyard, and I put them both down, because now it's my turn, so it's my upkeep. And
in addition, you have to exile it, so don't get any ideas. It's one of those cards where you don't want to get any ideas for searching for a card from your graveyard. That's like that.
There's a card
that treasure one, right?
Yeah, treasure find.
That treasure find, that's an exile when it gets consumed. Alright, my first uncommon. This was my favorite card when I first started playing Magic. Oh, he hates this card. This is Toil and Trouble. I'm just going to turn it this way so that you can see it because it's a
fuse card.
It's a fuse card, so that means there's 2 effects to it. So first we've got Toil.
So Toil is basically Sign in Blood. You basically
Sign in Blood.
Draw 2, lose 2. So draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. However, Trouble is a pain in the nuts. Trouble is it deals damage to target player equals the number of cards in his hand.
So if you force a person to draw a lot of cards.
So basically, this is the thing. This is what he does to me. He makes me draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. So that's 2 life already gone. I have 5 cards now. Now with the extra 2, I now have 7 cards in my hand. So now I lose 7 life. So in that entire turn, he did 9 damage for me for 6 mana. Stupid.
I don't use
This card should be gone away.
That being said, I do not use this card anymore because I changed my my spellcasting deck a lot. But it's a high mana cost, and he learned to figure out how to interrupt it and be prepared for it. So he redirected it.
Yeah, redirected. Ha, you want to do that?
But at least I get 2 cards, so that's
yeah. Okay. Well, for me, I got Warrior's Lesson. 1 drop instant. Oh. At the end of your turn, you up to 2 target creature controls. When this creature basically. When you can choose 2 creatures, and whenever those creatures deal damage to a player, you draw a card. And it's 1 drop. He's fiddling with the camera.
Yeah, just making sure that it's still lined up for us, which it is.
Hopefully, so people can read it and go, "Oh my god!"
Well, as long as they see the pictures, I'm pretty sure they'll know what it is.
Ooh.
How about Bronze Beak Moa?
Moa.
A Selesnya. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, this creature gets 3/3 until end of turn.
It's 4 up for 2/2. Yeah, the ability can work. However, it's a bit high cost. I would personally have it at a 3, but I guess with the ability of whenever, let's say, you bring in a crap ton of saplings.
Yeah,
I
because
think it's big, and then you give it trample like Flinching Courage.
Yeah, because it doesn't say it can only be activated once each turn, so you could keep going.
Whenever another creature, so let's say I put 2 saplings on the field, I turn into an 8/8.
That's right.
Oh, it can be scary, but it's actually against the 4 mana woodwork.
Just a golden armored bird.
Alright, next, last uncommon of my pack, and before I get to the rare mythic rare, I got Frakia's Mender.
Alright.
Oh, excuse me. Frakia is, of course, the black-green god.
Fraka, is it?
Fraka.
We don't know how to pronounce some of these names.
I say it my way, you say it your way. I'm sorry if it's wrong. You can kill me later. This one basically return target enchantment or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Basically grab something from the graveyard, put it back in your hand. Yay, everyone's happy. Other than that, it is a 5-drop, 4/3.
Not bad, not bad. And you get the option of doing creature or enchantment, so...
Yes. Still wondering what your damn rare is.
Oh, I got another fusion, and I use this one too.
Oh, give and take.
Give and take, yes.
So to give a 3-drop, a sorcery, put 3 counters on target creature. Yay! Remove all 1/1 counters from target creature card, that many cards. Oh, so I'm going to give you this guy 3 counters, but then I'm going to take them away and draw 3 cards.
Yeah, I mainly use this card just to give, but sometimes if I'm really desperate on the cards, and my deck's based on counters, so I have to be careful how I use take, because I don't want to remove it all and then make it pathetically weak.
Alright, here we go. Drum roll for the rare, or mythic rare. Let's go quickly look at it quickly. It is
wow. Okay.
It is a funny rare. I love this rare.
I got a funny rare too, actually. We'll get to that in a
You
minute.
son of a bitch. Alright, my funny rare is if you have big, stupid creatures without hexproof, you're in luck. Well, you're really not if this player plays this on you. It is Curse of the Swine. It is a 2 starting X, as I call it. So you gotta pay 2 blue and then you pay X. And funny thing, exile, so that includes gods, exile X target creatures and they return to dwarfs. Little pigs running around circles.
Into the pigs.
Now the thing is, I do have this in my Scry deck. Why? Because I do a Pyroclasm. I know Pyroclasm does 2 damage to each creature, so after I play this card, I use Pyroclasm with destroying his field. Good call, eh?
That's a good combo there.
So that's what Curse of the Swine does. He basically takes all your big scary creatures, turns into pigs.
There was somebody that I was playing with, and what happened was he cast Curse of the Swine on my creatures, and he thought that he was going to get those pigs.
Oh, you can. The thing is, you can also target your own creatures.
No, but he targeted my creatures.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
No, then that
doesn't work.
Again, it says, for each creature to exile this way, its controller puts 2, put that many boars on the field. 2 boars.
Yeah.
And let me see your damn freaking...
So this is the Sire of Insanity. The Sire of Insanity is interesting. I don't think I use it, but pretty much what it does is at the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand.
My friend,
that includes yours.
Jack builds around that. The thing with that, it's basically, if you guys don't remember, it's called Megrim. Megrim's, I believe, a 2 or 3 cost enchantment. Whenever a player discards a card, it does 2 damage to that creature player. With that card... Oh, I'm going to make you draw all these cards. And then you're going to have to discard them all. And then I'm going to deal this much damage to you. Good call, right? Other than that...
We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done.
I got one more.
He has a foil.
No, it's not a foil. It's a mythic.
He's a mythic foil.
Maze's End. The card that I was just talking about that I was looking for so long. Maze's End.
I'm sorry, I had to look at it. It's a look at the print. Look at the print.
It is a misprint.
We have a misprint Mrs. End, everybody.
It's a misprint.
What we mean by misprint is if you look really carefully, I don't know what it looks like on the camera, but if you look at like shuffle right there, it looks a little smudged a little bit.
It is a little smudged. Here, hold that back up to the camera.
Hold it back up to the camera. Sorry. All right, there we are.
Yeah, you can see mainly on the sides here and here that it's a little bit smudged.
There's nothing too wrong with that. Basically, some people actually do like going for misprints. So this card could be maybe expensive, could not be. However, again, as you reread, Mazes End enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add 1 generic. Again, 3, tap, return Mazes End to its owner's hand, then search your library for a gate card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If you control 10, that's right, 10, so all guild gates, with different names, you win the game.
Good, now I can finally get started on that frickin' deck. That
We're done, we're stupid.
How much is that thing right now, do you know?
Mazes End, I'm not sure. I don't think, as much as it is a mythic rare, I'm not too sure if it's really expensive. We'll get the handy dandy iPad.
This is only the second time that I've pulled both a rare and a mythic rare. Actually, no, this is the first time I pulled a mythic rare and a rare. But I have pulled 2 mythic rares before. I pulled a shiny Chromanticore with Kiara the Crashing Wave, as I mentioned before, which was weird.
So if we go all the way down here to Mazes End. Mazes End is we're using TCG player, as you guys don't care. Its medium price is $1.92. High price is $5, and its foil is $3.91. Or $3.91. Don't think of $300.91 for a foil, that'd be stupid. But again, it is a low price is 81 cents, mid price is $1.92, and its high price is $5.
So it's not that expensive. It wasn't as expensive as I thought, but it's still a card that I'm looking for. So
I have the promo.
So good job.
In my flavor deck.
So that's a good find for me right there. Yeah, no, I need to start. I can finally start making that deck. The deck that I've been wanting to make for so long.
We're doomed.
Okay. With that being said,
we're going to now open a pack that we both have the same at the same time.
Yeah, from here on out, we're opening up packs that we both have.
Because we only have 2 packs left. So, our packs that we're opening today are the Born of the Gods.
Yep.
As you can see, I have the Maugust, God of Slut on the front of mine.
And I have the God of whatever.
Deception.
Deception.
That's Finax.
Finax.
So, we're opening it up. We're going to show everyone the cards, and then I'm going to mystically float this in my hand like this. See? I'm not touching it. Go illusions, bro.
Alright. Go ahead. What do you got?
Alright, let me just take this stuff out. I got 4.
I'm not going to take the back 2 cards out because the last time that happened, I pulled.
He saw something he wanted.
Yeah, because the back 2 cards is supposed to be an ad card and a land card, and it was a land card and an ad card.
That I really didn't like during the previous because it kicked my ass. Rise to the challenge. The 2-drop target 2-drop instant target creature gets 2-0 on first strike. It kind of screwed me over one game.
Oh, 2-0 and first strike.
Yep.
Shoot.
The first strike got me.
That sucks.
Now I feel.
Bolt of Keranos.
We're going red this turn.
Yeah, Keranos. That's the blue-red god, I believe?
Yep, blue-red.
Yeah, but this is a sorcery. You gotta pay attention to that because I can't.
Again, it's like a lightning bolt. 3 damage, however, this is a 3-drop because you get the scry, and it's a sorcery, so it's not really like a lightning bolt, but it does 3 damage, target creature player, and you scry.
Scry. The thing with scry, one good scry card, you know what's good with scry?
Flame Speaker Adept.
Flame Speaker Adept.
Whenever you scry, Flame Speaker Adept gets 2-0 and first strike, and like this card.
And on top of that, if you scry more, it increases, right?
Stupid. Aqueous form with Flame Speaker Adept. Excellent recipe.
That's good right there.
My next card is Nyx Triton. Oh, Triton. Okay, so now we're into Theros block. I already did open the Theros. Now we're going to talk about Bestow. So, a lot of you may be confused about Bestow. Well, first off, we're going to read it. It's a 3-drop, 2/3. However, Bestow, there are 2 different costs to play this card. You can play it for creature type or its Bestow cost. If you have a creature on the field and you pay for its Bestow, which is right there, the 5-drop or the 4 generic 1 blue, that means it's an enchantment, not a creature. It's an enchantment. However, if you pay for the 3-drop, it turns into a creature. Now, here's the fun thing about Bestow. If the creature you control is destroyed, the Bestow creature stays alive.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say...
A lot of people can miss that. So.
Oh, it's fun. So again, Bestow, really tricky technique they used with Theros, out of the many things they added to Theros. But yes, that is a interesting little buffer. 2/3 could work to another creature.
Yes. So, good. What was his Bestow? Just a 2/3.
Just a 2/3.
But yeah, Bestow.
So when you bestow on a creature, that creature now gets 2/3. Or yeah, it says right here, enchanted creature gets 2 and 3.
When Bestow came out with Theros, I was really happy because that was good with my
He is
enchantment.
Thassa's. I could not sway him. I could not sway him. He is Thassa's.
As said by Kiara the Crashing Wave.
I have her.
Yeah, so do I. Awesome.
Oh god.
Cetacean Oathsworn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, the fun thing about him,
Satyr Warrior.
he's a 3-drop 1/1, but there's a catch. He's heroic. Now, normally heroic is when you cast a spell that targets him, he gets 1/1/1 counter or some other special. Now, with this guy, he gets not 1, but 2 1/1 counters on him.
What? 2?
There's 2.
2/1/1 count. Ooh. Okay.
My friend, when we were doing pre-releases with this guy on the field, he had 4 of them. He did a crap ton of heroic stuff, and then it got bigger and scarier until he killed me, and that sucked.
Heroic.
Funny little thing. All right,
I don't use heroic a lot.
I got the War Chanter of Magus.
Oh.
Now
That's another deck that I want to make is a Minotaurs.
Okay, here's, again with Theros, they added a crap ton of new little things. They added Bestow. Now they added heroic. Now we have another one, Inspired. So basically, Inspired is whenever this guy, or whenever War Chanter Magus becomes untapped. So if you have him tapped and he becomes untapped, Inspired triggers. And that is target creature you control gains Intimidate. We all know Intimidate cannot be blocked except by the same color or by artifact creatures. Really funny. But again, he's just a 5-drop 3/3. It does work for the mana cost because it does give people Intimidate. And yeah.
So, Inspired. There aren't a lot of Inspired cards out there, I don't think. There's quite a few that came out with Born of Gods, but when I looked at Inspired, I looked up just the word Inspired online, and it just didn't seem like there was a lot.
There are a lot of in there, but they're somewhat scary and good.
Okay, something that I wanted to mention, because when Theros came out and there were gods, I was like, well, at some point there's got to be Titans, and there were, but they were just minor creatures. And this is one of them. This is the Marshmist Titan.
Oh, now we get to talk about Devotion. Okay, so Devotion is this guy costs X less for X is your Devotion. So Devotion is the number of little, if you look at the cards, little things here. So this guy would count as 1 Devotion because he's got 1 skull. This guy over here would count as 2 because he's got 2 skulls.
Yes.
So
skulls representing the black mana.
So let's say the symbols. So these symbols right here are the number of Devotion you have. So if I want to play Erebos, that counts 5 Devotion. He counts himself, where that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I would need 1 more to make him a creature.
That's right. That's Devotion, and that's one of the main things is that the gods require the Devotion in order to become creatures so that they can block or possibly attack.
We love black, so why don't we kick with it? I got Forsaken Drifters. It's a 4-drop, 4/2. When he dies, someone mills 4. No, wait, you mill 4. You mill 4 when this guy dies. So go ahead, kill him. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm going to mill 4 now. Okay. I got more creatures in my graveyard. I got Golgori. Have fun. And then he's a 4-drop, 4/2.
I am Forsaken.
You're not Forsaken.
I'm not Forsaken, but I do play Forsaken characters on some of my games. We're moving on to blue, so we've got the Chorus of Tide.
Again, heroic. This fellow's heroic, so it's a 4-drop, 3/2 flying. This one heroic, you scry. So when everything targets it, you scry. But only you. So say your opponent targets it, you don't scry. Only you can target it, and then that's when only the heroic will go off.
You know what? One clever thing that people can do with heroic is whenever you cast a spell, it could even be a harmful spell. So say you want to zap that for just 1 for yourself, because you're going to get the toughness back at the end of your turn as long as it doesn't die. So you just trigger the heroic. We have a friend that does that.
Yeah.
Short Kyle, as we call
SK.
him. Short Kyle.
Alright, my next card. We're going to white this time. We got Revoke Existence.
This is a card that confused me because I have to keep in mind that it's a sorcery, not an instant, so I have to be careful.
It is a sorcery. However, there's another card, I believe in Journey, that is basically the same thing, but it's actually an instant. Revoke Existence. Exile target artifact or enchantment, aka God. Exile. Not indestructible. So if it's indestructible, you can still throw it away.
Yeah, that's almost one of the only ways
that's
to kill
a nice God you got there. Such a shame it's something. Revoked Existence it.
Yeah, the only way to kill a god, other than debuffing it to death if it's a creature, this is probably the best way to get rid of a god is to exile it. So if you want to get rid of a god, exile. I have a deck that's pretty much based on that. Hooray for Elspeth. Yay. God rest her soul. Mortal's Ardor.
I have a foil of him.
Okay, so this one's a simple way just to get a 1/1 and lifelink, but mainly for the lifelink.
Yeah, the lifelink. It's a quick, easy 1/1. Target creature gets 1/1 and lifelink. Done.
There's another card that I think is also a 1-drop that gives you 1/0 and lifelink, and I don't know if it's first strike or not. It's a M14, I believe. I'm not sure which it was.
There's a 4-drop 1/0 lifelink. Target 2 creature can get it. It's a cutthroat maneuver. That's from Theros.
Oh, cutthroat maneuver, right?
That's a 4-drop, not a 1-drop.
That one's a. Doing a down
slash.
slash.
We got a wolf. Nyx wolf.
Another enchantment.
A bestow, and again, an enchantment creature.
Almost all enchantment creatures have bestow. There are some that don't, like the Nyx Packs. It does not have bestow.
Okay, so for this guy, he is a 3/1 if you play him normally for 3. However, if you bestow him, target creature gets +3/+1, and that's a 5 cost. So again, just the wolf. And there's some cards in there that do benefit wolves or other things like that, like Raised by Wolves. Fun cards. Target creature gets 1/1 for each wolf you control, and as well you put 2/2 wolves on the field.
I just had an idea.
Oh,
when we get to the rare, we'll just
3-2-1.
keep it 3-2-1 and just place it down right there.
God, yeah, okay.
We should do that.
All right, what do you got?
So that we got.
Show me your fearsome temper.
But the problem is we won't know.
Show me your fearsome temper.
Okay, fearsome temper. So this is another just uncommon, but what it does.
That's a common. That should be an uncommon.
It does actually have a very useful ability because it enchants the creatures with a 2/2, and for a 3 cost of mana, it makes it unblockable.
No,
or
no,
wait,
not unblockable.
No, not unblockable.
He just says, okay, well, you have 1 creature. I pay 3 mana. It can't block me.
Yeah.
Or just can't block anything this turn.
Unblockable.
So it basically growls at you. You can't block this turn. Arr.
Yeah.
All right, I'm moving on
Unable to block.
to Stratuswalk. Stratuswalk.
I've heard of this
2-drop.
This one's a good one.
It basically gives your creature flying can only be blocked by flying, and you draw a card. So it's like all the other
Oh, it can
enchantment.
block only creatures with flying. That was the other thing that I remember.
Enchanted creature can only block creatures flying. So you can't, block creatures down flying on the ground. Basically, you're up in a cloud and then you're flying, but you can't go back down. You're still in the air. Plus, you get to draw a card for 2 mana, so that's a good enchantment I like.
Nice. I used this one in one of my drafts. Nullify. Counter target creature or aura spell.
So that will also count bestow, because bestow.
That's what I was going to say. That it would also count as bestow. So
counter creature or bestow.
The only downside to this is it requires 2 blue, which is not that big a deal because a lot of interrupts require like 1 blue and 1 something else, like negate. I know cancel requires 2 and 1, 2 blue and 1, but if you really need that interrupt and you only have just the 1 blue mana, then you gotta wait before you can use that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would say about it. Nothing else.
Now here's a sideboard card I have in my white deck. It's a Nyxborn Shieldman. I'm getting a lot of Nyxborns here. It's a 1-drop, 1/2, and then bestows 3, so then the creature gets 1/2. Nothing really big and special. He's kind of cool. He can work. Nothing really else to say.
Well, if you get Constellation in there, and since he's a cheap way to get...
we're not going to talk about Constellation till Journey.
Well, we're not going to talk about Constellation just yet. We'll wait till Journey, but just as a side note for Constellation, for the low drop, yeah, it could be useful. You remember you were talking about Necrobite?
We talked about Necrobite before, and this is Necrobite. Remastered, reeditioned into Born of the Gods. Necrobite, target creature gains Death Touch, and you regenerate it, no matter if it dies.
Which is good.
Stupid.
So a weak creature, give it Death Touch, and then if it's going to die anyway, you may as well give it Death Touch and you regenerate it.
For me, I believe this is my last comment. I could be wrong though. It is another Fierce brand, but it's the Tromper. Inspired gets 1/1 encounters. Yeah, it's a 4-drop 3/3, but again the Inspire. So when it comes untapped, it gets a 1/1 counter.
Yeah,
he's fine.
So yeah, I can see how well he could be useful, and so watch out for him. Suddenly, there was a storm.
Oh, sudden storm. Tap 2 target creatures. Those creatures do not untap and scry.
So again, that Frost Breath.
Frost Breath. It's a control card, but you get the extra scry in it. So basically, tap those creatures cannot untap till their next untap step.
Yeah, scry. More useful for
More
scry.
scry. Yeah.
More scry. Scry is always useful. All right.
Oh wait, I do have another comment still. Sorry.
Oh, you got one more?
I have Asphyxiate.
Oh.
The most.
I got an uncommon coming up.
I
have a lot of Asphyxiate.
You have a foil then probably. I have Asphyxiate. Destroy target untapped creature. Oh, you sure? That's a nice defender you got there. It'd just be funny if I asphyxiated it. Ha!
I have so many Asphyxiates. I think in Born of the Gods, that's the one that I have the most.
This is probably the most printed card I believe in Born of the Gods. I could be wrong. Don't quote me again on that. You can quote me later.
So now we got a little bit of a weird situation because he went first, and that was his uncommon. But I'm going to reveal
He's got a foil.
So that's probably what it is.
Wink.
Or could be 2 mirrors. I hope not, because I would feel bad for him. So my uncommon is Afara's Enlightenment. Again, I'm not a white blue, but this one is what does this one do again?
Basically, into the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on a trying creature, and that creature has flying. But the fun thing about it, you can basically flicker this card almost. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, so any creature under your control, you may return this card to your hand. So that's kind of fun little side thing to it. So basically, then you can play it again on another creature that gives a 1 counter and gives it flying.
You open up your options when a more powerful creature comes onto the battlefield. I can see how that could be useful.
Okay, here's a fun enchantment creature bestow, because I'm just getting all the bestow right now. I got Ghostblade Eidolon.
I love Double Strike.
Double Strike 1/1 for 3.
I think we can all agree that Double Strike is very good.
The bestow is 6, but I admit it works. I have this in my enchantment deck, and that works really well for being Double Strike bestow.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to see your foil.
I don't. Oh God. Okay. Well, before we get to that, I've got an Eternity Snare, which I've not seen before.
Eternity Snare. I did have this in my pre-release of Born of the Gods. It's basically a control card. They don't untap, but you get to draw a card. So it's basically what we saw earlier in his Return to Ravnica, the snare, something, paralyzing grasp.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah.
I think he got something stupid.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't. Oh, paralyzing grasp. That was what we were.
So
talking.
basically,
I didn't see it. I don't want to see it.
He doesn't want to see it, but he's got that
I'm
weird face.
I don't want to. I didn't even see my next card.
All right. Well, I got one drop. I got a head. I got ahead of yourself. I got the Gorgon's head, or Medusa's head, or what do you want to call it? 1 drop. Equip is 2, and equipped creature gets Death Touch.
You're sliding over a little bit. It seems.
I think I bumped it a little bit.
You may have. That's
what we're doing.
Yeah, because
you've been pushing my cards over.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I'm gonna bring
because my cards are all the way over here, Bobby.
Yeah.
And now I'm back on the token. I was all
there you go. Okay. Well, I'm bringing it out just a little bit so that we've got a little bit of room there. What was that?
So
that's what it was. Because there's not a lot of multicolor cards in there.
So again, Gorgon's head. Equipped creature gets Death Touch. Generic. Done. What did you get?
Okay, I don't know what it is yet, so I'm just going to place it down and we'll find out then.
That's not it.
Okay, so that's not it. That's a Mischief and Mayhem card. So up to 2 target creatures each get 4/4 until end of turn. It would be really good if that was an instant, but it's a sorcery.
So do it before your combat step. All right.
It's 5.
Oh, shit, I looked at my cards kind of. All right, well, another bestow, because I love bestows so much in this pack. I got Noble Quarry, which we talked about earlier.
Yes, we did. This one can be scary if you got a super powerful creature and you bestow
3 drop, 1/1. However, all creatures able to block this creature has to. I don't care if you don't want to block, you have to block.
Yeah, so if you get a really powerful creature on the field and you bestow that onto it, and you have a bunch of weak creatures, you're pretty much fucked.
You're fucked.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, what we got?
Is this it? Oh, this is the rare.
This is the rare. Fated Return.
Fated Return. This is an interesting card.
Let's have a story about Fated Return. Actually, I don't have a story about Fated Return. It is a stupid card, an instant. However, you do need 3 black and 4 generic.
That's a lot.
But the thing is, you return any card from any creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, it gains indestructible.
That's where Exile comes in.
Yes, the Exile will work, but still, it's indestructible. But if it's on your turn, you scry 2. So it does give the scry ability, but again, it's stupid.
It can be stupid.
Alright, well, for my rare,
Is it your rare?
Yes, this is my rare. It's my last one, flying around.
Okay.
Again, I accidentally looked at it, so it is bestow. And it's really stupid scary. This would be fixed so badly. It's Eidolon of Countless Battles.
Yes, and this is another card that I've sort of been interested in too.
It's a 3 drop. 0/0. However, it gets 1/1 for each creature and aura spell that's on the field.
So it would be good for either enchantment and or creature.
So with all the cards, I'm just going to grab it for a second. All the cards I got, so that's bestow, bestow, bestow. That's not bestow. That's inspired. Bestow, bestow. Bestow. I got like 5 bestows, so all those creatures, even if they are a bestowed creature, they still count 1/1 for this nice guy, because it's an aura.
That being said, I got enchantments in here, but I did not get a bestow.
However, let's see his funny foil.
Alright.
The funny foil is the epic of the pack. It is the epic of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. It is the epic of the pack. It is the Plea for Guidance, foil edition. Search your library for up to 2 enchantment cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's just Plea for Guidance.
It's just the, okay.
It is a good card if you're looking for enchantments like Eidolon of Countless Battles.
I do have enchantment deck, but this is a card that, it's good that I got a nice foil of it, but it's not one that I would prefer to use, mainly because it's mana cost.
I don't think it's going to be expensive because there's like a lot of cards in there can be expensive, but this one I'm not too sure if it will be expensive However, we'll have a look.
It looks really pretty and colorful on this camera, actually.
It's all pretty and colorful. Put down. You doing stuff on turn read damn card.
Okay, nothing else interesting for me. I just got a Mountain Ascent
So for
token.
Plead for Guidance, normally it is a 25-cent medium price card thanks to TCG Player. However, the foil version of it is $1.99. I am not lying. It's $1.99. Now, however, if we go to my Eden and Countless Battles, its low price is $1.50. Its medium price is $2.49 or $2.49. High price is $9.99, and its foil is $5.82 for the Eden and Countless Battles. So technically, this card is more expensive than that card. And then Faded Return's like 25 cents.
I don't know what Faded Return is, but
25 cents probably.
Which is a real shame because it's a nice, pretty card.
Yeah, 25
It's probably
cents.
something that I'm probably not going to
25
be using
cents.
any. 25 cents.
25 cents.
Yeah,
Foil is
nothing,
$15.
neither of those I'd probably use.
Right.
I'm trying to think of any cards that I've actually found that I consider using, and actually, that hasn't even crossed my mind yet. And we got one more booster pack.
Oh, right, okay. One more last booster pack.
We got one more. We got one more here.
God, Hyper Planeswalker. Actually, have we even got a mythic yet?
We have not. We've gotten just the Maze's End. That's it. Just the Maze's End. So
I wouldn't really count that as a mythic, but it's mythic, so fine, we'll count it. But okay.
we have 20 minutes on this tape.
Cyclops of Eternal Fury. It's not going to take 20 minutes.
All right. So
I have a Scry creature. His name is Mr. Lizard. I got the single skink. I got a skink. Basically, whenever it attacks, you scry. I got nothing in the promo.
I don't.
So yep, 2/1, 2-drop. Whenever it attacks, it scries. Generic, done.
Actually, I'll just. Nope.
No?
I'm not gonna risk it.
Show your card.
I'm not gonna risk it.
Play your cards, boy.
Armament of Nyx. Okay,
here's-
this is a funny one. I like this one. This can be interesting because
When
I
playing
know a
this
lot
warning,
of people who've
when
misplayed
playing this card, understand what you're targeting.
Yes, absolutely. Because I've seen many people screw this up. Because
one
if
draft
you,
was hilarious.
because pretty much what it does is enchanted creature. If you use it on an enchantment, wait, what is it? Enchanted creatures double strike as long as it's an enchantment. So you need to use it on enchantment creatures. If it's not an enchantment creatures,
For now, being able to be dealt to or dealt by.
yeah, be dealt by. So you can use it either or.
That was my phone.
Jesse's home.
Probably Jesse saying I'm home.
Yeah.
As my girlfriend, none of you guys need to know about that. Alright. For my next common of uncommons, I get the Font of Vigor. So in the Journey to Nyx, we have a lot of fonts. This is the Font of Vigor. Font of Vigor, basically. Pay 3, sacrifice Font of Vigor, you gain 7 life. Done.
Not bad for one of my Sanguine Bond decks, but
stupid.
what was it?
Sunbond.
Sunbond, yes.
Whenever you gain life, put that many 1/1 counters to target creature.
Yeah.
Or enchanted creature.
Born of Gods, I believe, is what that is. And that one
Board of
comes-
Gods is stupid.
Oh, I used this one in our draft a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Humbler of Mortals. Constellation.
Okay, we'll talk about Constellation now.
Here we go.
So Constellation is another new thing they added in Theros. For this one is whenever he and another enters the battlefield, creatures you control get trampled. So when he enters the battlefield, all your creatures get trampled. Whenever you play like a pacifism,
Turn, but yeah.
they get trampled. Well, until the turn, yeah, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, Constellation can be very, very well planned, especially if you're working with enchantment decks, which I believe is pretty much.
I have an
defines
enchantment deck.
Theros
I have Edelin Blossoms. Edelin Blossoms, Constellation, and its draw card. So whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and whenever, the things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. My card is the Crucifix Insight.
Nice.
Again, like the Consume with the God or something, or Commence with the God. You search,
Yeah.
you reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may take 3 enchantments from that and put the rest in your graveyard.
I
Well, of
used
course,
this one during the draft too, and
Yep.
this one screwed me over.
It can
too many
screw you,
times.
but it can also scry through your deck and then put the cards
because
in
you
your graveyard.
because you can only take enchantment cards from it.
You cannot take creatures, only
So if you
enchantment.
if it's enchantment creature,
Yeah,
then
you can
that's
take those,
different.
but it has enchantment.
Yeah, so be careful if you've got more than just enchantments in there. Nyx Infusion.
I played 4 of those in that draft he was talking about. Hello, don't worry
It's
about
just a
the
double
phone.
zap. It's just another.
I know. Basically, it's like the Armament of Nyx. If it's an enchantment creature, it's 2/2. If it's not an enchanted creature, you need to have 2/2.
Right. Great. So be aware of what you're targeting.
Again, for me, I got the Phyracus Chosen, which again, I played a playset in that draft. Again,
Right.
like the Sun Scorpion's 1/1 Death Touch, or 1 drop. Have fun. Those are always fun.
Death Touch. Beware.
Beware.
Harvest Guard Alzes.
Again, Constellation.
This
prevent
one,
all be damage if you don't to
target creature. Yes, I have one of these in my enchantment deck.
I had that in my draft. We were trying to put.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grabbing all the cards I did in the draft. For me, I got a counter spell. I got Countermand, not Remand, but Countermand. It's a 4-drop target creature. Counter the spell, and then the player should mills 4.
Okay.
So easy done, and call it quits.
And then, well,
Good card for counter decks.
lots of booster packs we're going through. It's starting to really take a toll on my mind, but we're almost done. We're getting through this.
We're done, and we still got a job to do.
That's right. We got to go to a draft after we're done. We got about an hour or so.
But we probably need food, because food is good.
Yeah, I haven't eaten that
For all you people who don't eat food, food is good.
Yeah. Always eat your breakfast. That's what that's what I've been learning.
What's breakfast?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. We're actors.
Cheerios. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Cheerios.
Returned Reveler.
When he dies, you mill 3. Or no, each player mills 3.
Yeah. Great.
Yep, each player mills 3.
Return Reveler. Oh yeah, it's a satyr. Zombie
Yes.
satyr. Beware.
Alright.
You killed his servant. Now he's coming.
Now
back.
I have a card here that is way too expensive, but people like it for some reason. Lightning Diamond. Or Demon. I can't say
Diadem?
Diadem.
Something like that.
Enchanted creature. Yes, when it's the battlefield, it does 2 damage to target creature or player, but it just gets 2/2. Other than that, it's just way too expensive. I would prefer that to be either a 4 or 5 drop.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Triton Shorewalker for pretty much a
A 1/1,
Nice little
basically
poker.
blue. It's a blue tormented soul. Can't be. No, it can block though. Okay, so never mind.
It can
It
block.
just can't be blocked.
yeah. So nice little poker. I have one of these in my Simic deck again. My counters.
So bad. Hate cards like that. I got another Spears Band Thunderhoof. Again, it's one of those heroics that instead of getting 1 counter, you get 2 counters. So it's a 5 drop for a 3/4 heroic. You get instead of 1, you get 2 counters on him.
It seems that they sort of stuck with that with the centaurs.
Oh well, that one was a satyr.
Oh, it was a satyr.
I was a
Okay.
satyr last time.
Okay. What we got? I always wondered what the hell is this thing because it's one of the strangest creatures, but it's also one of the most awesome looking.
it's
This
the
is the
Ravenous-
Ravenous Leucrocata. I believe that's how it's
4 drop 2/4
Leucrocata.
with a monstrous, which is another thing they added in Theros, which we're good to have. Monstrous basically makes your creature bigger. If you have the right mana. So this monster, so when you pay the 7 mana for its monster, it gets 3/1 counters on it.
Yeah, right. Monstrous. That's something that they brought.
However,
back
you
in
need to, of
Gods.
course, I don't know if you play with, you gotta know when it's monstrous or not, because you can put counters on it, but that doesn't mean it's technically monstrous.
Yes.
So there are some effects, there are some monstrous creatures out there that, if it becomes monstrous, it gets stupidly scary.
Yeah.
My turn, I have the Return of the Blade Tusk Boar. A 4-drop, 3/2
I thought it
Intimidate.
might red.
Done, that's all you have to do. That's all you need to know. Intimidate. We all know Intimidate. Can be blocked except by same color or by artifact creatures.
So just assume that it's unblockable, but just be aware because there may be that rare chance that something could be able to block it. Oh, I might have a lot of these now. It's the Font of Ire, and I use this
Again,
on my pre-release.
another font.
I like this one.
This is another font. This is the font of Ire, not Vigor, but Ire. Again, 3 draw. Oh no, it's a 4 draw, a 4 sacrifice, and then it's like a lava axe. 4.
Yeah. I like this card because you can put it on the field for 2 mana, and then if there's ever a point where you have 4 mana that you just have left over, just sacrifice your font, and you'll be solid. Oh, hello.
Again, another constellation creature, which I use again in the draft. The Deathbringer Lamp Pads. A Dreadbringer Lamp, not Death. Gives Intimidate for Constellation. Constellation Intimidate.
Oh yeah, this was one that killed me in the pre-release too. What does it do?
It gives Intimidate.
Intimidate. Yeah.
Again, Intimidate.
He played that turn really well. I was actually quite surprised. He knew how to play. Because I thought I had him next turn, and then he just did that. And the
I'm not
aspect.
pro.
And the aspect of Gorgon.
Aspect of Gorgon, enchantment, generic, target creature gets 1/3 and Death Touch. Beware.
That's right.
And it's a 3-drop, yep. So I'm okay with the price, I'm okay with that thing. That was a good, strong card. Let's move on.
Good for if you're going to defend something, right?
Oh god, yeah, put that in a defender.
Yes.
I got the card that killed a lot of people.
And
Supply Line
that draft,
Cranes.
yeah. I survived one game actually.
Supply Line Cranes, which I really like. It looks small and stupid, but it's not really. It's a 5-drop, including 2 whites. When it's about, it's a 2/4. When it's battlefield, pull 1/1 counter. So it's like Bond Beetle. Like you put a 1/1 counter from target creature onto, like 1 counter from this onto that. So it's like Bond Beetle. Nothing really big and stupid. It's stupid though.
Yeah. we were during that draft a couple of weeks ago. We were the only two guys that were actually able to beat him once with that, right?
Yeah, I almost
Everybody
won.
else lost 2-0, but we were the only guys that were able to beat them. We were
Another friend of mine we're not going to talk about.
He was really good, and he had never done a...
He's never done a pre-release.
So I said to him, you need to do pre-release, because you could probably do really good. Yes, the Nessian Game Warden.
The weird
Look
beast.
at that.
Alright, it's a long ride, so we'll talk about it. It's a 5-drop. When it enters the battlefield, or when Nessian Game Warden enters the battlefield, look at the top X card of your library, where X is the number of forests you control. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in your library on the bottom of your library in any order. Weird beast. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah. And yeah, it does look...
I think you got another foil.
It looks like... Why? Oh. Right. Uncommon and common. I feel bad for you.
I don't care. That means I'm gonna get good stuff in here.
Okay.
For me, I got another constellation. I got the Thought Rendered Lamia. Basically, when it enters constellation, each opponent discards a card.
Yikes. Not bad for mill. Again, it's
a 6-drop for a 5/3. Bit expensive, but I do like. I can accept that.
Anything with 6-drop or higher, I always
leave to the side.
Be very, very careful with.
All right, what do you got?
Sightless Brawler.
Cannot attack alone. It is a bestow, so it is a enchantment creature, and it is a 2-drop for a 3/2.
Yes.
Which is okay, but again, it cannot attack alone. So you always have to have a little buddy there punching with him. Bestow is 5, again, it still gives him the same effect that enchantment creature cannot attack alone. So yeah. For me, I got the... I'm gonna flash it in. Are you guys ready? It's gonna be a... No, I'm kidding. It is the Fleet Feather Cocktrace. It is a flying death touch, like the Ambush Viper. And it has a monstrosity of 3 for 7.
I have several of those in my blue.
I pulled it during the draft we were talking about earlier, but I didn't give it to anyone because I was evil like that. But yeah, it's a 5-drop, 3/3. Monstrosity is 7, so give it another 3 counters, but it's a flash. So you can basically...
Flash block. Say goodbye.
Woo! So I won't do that, that's for a different show.
What show?
No, I'm talking about that show. I got just... that information.
Okay, we won't... moving on. We got...
knowledge and power.
Because apparently knowledge isn't power.
So whenever you scry... With this card, it's a 5-drop, which I'm okay with. Whenever you scry, you may pay 2 and you do 2 damage to target creature player.
Yes, and I have a few of those in my mono red as well.
I don't have that in my scry deck. I might put those in, but I'm still iffy about it.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go with my last uncommon of the day. For me. It is a flying creature. It is a 3-drop, 3/4. It is basically like the Remming Byleth. It is a Riptide Chimera. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an enchantment from your field to your hand. So it's like a Remming Byleth. No, not Remming Byleth. What is it called? There's a card back in M13 that when at the beginning of your upkeep, return to a creature. I forget. Roaring Paradox. That's it.
I can't remember.
Roaring Paradox.
Yes, and this one is actually good for. I had the green font, which is only a 2-drop, so I just kept putting that back into the field.
Yep.
Over and over when I had the Riptide Chimera, and I gotta say,
that's 3-drop for a 3/4.
I want one.
And that is like a shark with another shark and a more.
That's what I said. I was going to say that it's got a shark and it looks awesome.
Damn creature.
But Kiara said it very well for me.
I want one.
That's right.
Kiara, the question away. All right.
Rare.
A rare.
This is the Silence the Believers.
Now we're going to talk about Strive here, my friends. So Silence the Believer. Strive is another thing. Okay, Silence the Believer. Its original cost is 4 mana. However, with Strive, you may pay another 3 mana. You can actually do additional targets. So for this one, is like basically exile any number of target creatures and all auras, but you have to target them with a Strive. So basically, if he has 2 creatures on the field, I can pay the original 4 to exile 1, but then I have to pay another 3 to exile the other one. So it's going to cost 7 mana to exile 2. A friend of ours, here's the story. I'm sorry, segue.
Yep.
A side story. A buddy of ours, he was playing his his blue-red control deck, kind of. He played Scourge of Fleet, and he basically wiped the entire board clean. And then he was like, I'm going to all-out someone with like 9 creatures. I'm going to all-out Kyle, why not? Out of nowhere, I remember, I have Silence of Believers, I have Liliana's Emblem, which I talked about earlier, which her emblem is each swamp you control gets 4 swamps. So I played Silence of Believer with only one swamp, and then I tapped all my swamps, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to exile your entire board. Have fun with that.
Shit. Well, here's my favorite. My favorite strive right here is the solid area of heroes. I pulled this just
So it doubles your counters.
yeah. So in my blue green deck, I just pulled this out of my blue green deck.
It's just out there giant holding hands. Holding out for a little while.
Beware. It can be scary because you just need to put some counters on it, and then you can double it. Give and give and give.
So remember that card we were talking a long time ago about Constellation?
Yes.
What card was that?
I can't remember.
It was a Needleland, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that blue. It was the blue one, right?
No, it's the green one.
Oh God, I don't remember it.
We were talking about it a while ago. If you were playing the clip, we'll watch it again. I said, remember that Constellation that when it enters the battlefield, another enchantment enters the battlefield, it makes you draw a card?
Right.
Eidolon Blossoms.
So that's it?
Whenever Eidolon Blossoms
We'll
or
flash
another...
that back and we'll show you.
We'll show you. We'll do a little flashback segment. But again, when Eidolon Blossoms or another enchantment creature enter the battlefield, you may draw a card. Like I said earlier before, I do have this promo, because they have a promo for this card, in my commander deck. Because it is a creature, and it makes you draw cards, and it's fun.
That would be good for my deck. Did I get anything else? I do not know. Oh, yes, I did.
He got the same card again, but foil.
The Sightless Brawler.
He got 2 Sightless Brawlers in the same pack.
So, yeah, nothing too special, but it's foil. I guess foil is, what was it, 0.01% better if it's a land.
If it's a land.
Since it's something else, then...
0.6 with the line across.
And then I just got an ad card which has Pickpocket can play on
Which
it.
is part of Conspiracy.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's Conspiracy. Hey, look at that, that's Brago.
Ah.
But yeah, so there you are, guys. We showed you some cards from the sets. Hope you learned anything or wanted anything. If you want to say anything about the thing, just put the comments down below. If you want any of our cards.
Yeah, right.
We are currently, the only thing I'd say where we are located is in Canada, eh? If you wanted to come up and play with us, you got to find me. I'm 6'8". You can probably find me easily. He's a ginger, so he's also easily to find. Other than that, that's all I can say.
Yes, and what a hell of a time we had. Dare I say, hell of a time in here opening up booster packs. Maybe we'll do some more of these sometimes, and mainly just to see our reaction and our opinion on some of these cards that have just been out in the last little while. I want to thank MoIcuI for being here today, or Kyle. And once again, this video was sponsored by
Mr. Dak Fladen.
Yeah, right.
Dak.
Dak. Not necessarily a true story because we don't want to get in trouble for being the sponsors, but just as a joke, we have Dak. He has Dak.
Well, I got Dak, but it's not technically being sponsored, but it's a joke. God, don't hit us with trademark and stuff. All these cards are not owned by us. Well, these pieces of cardboard are, but everything is owned by Magic and all that funware and stuff like that.
Yes.
Wizard of the Coast is what we call them.
Yes.
They're fun people. I quite enjoy them. I quite enjoy their videos on the YouTube, the tubes. Other than that, yep, thank you for watching, unless you want to say anything else.
Yeah, do you want to go to the draft now?
I think we got to go to the draft now.
It's time to go to the draft.
Let's go to the draft. Come on, Dak, let's go to the draft.
Let's go to the draft.
Alright. Squishy, squishy.